Well, God bless you. How are you doing on this wonderful Sunday morning? Just the time to bring our praise to the house of God and just enjoy what He's given us this last week. We've been through pain, we've been through the valley, we've been through the mountains and the rough times, and we've seen the nation grieve over the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and today they're going to be having a nationwide, probably a worldwide memorial for him, and it's all about Jesus. And they said that they're believing in this right here, that millions of souls are going to be won. There's going to be people that are going to accept Jesus Christ through this, and that probably the only other man in the history of man that has ever touched humanity like Charlie is Jesus Christ. And people say, well, you can't. Let me tell you something. We see him worshiping and praising in Korea. We see him in Germany. We see him right here in America. We see him all over the world that are giving God glory and praising him, and just out there, just raising their hands. And I think they said it was probably over 32,000 right now requests in America, wanting to get God back in the school, Turning Point back in school. And 60 some thousand requests around the world, not just here, around the world, wanting Turning Point. They want Jesus Christ. And so this has been just awesome. I have just been just in awe of what God is doing. And as I said before, the Word of God says, though they be dead, yet shall they speak. And you can go into the Old Testament, Abraham speaking, Isaac speaking. You can go into the New Testament, the Apostle Paul is speaking. We see all these apostles and, what they had written, and we're still reading it today. We're still quoting it today. And so I believe that with this right here, it is time for the church to wake up. It is time for us to get up. Count not your life right now. I mean, don't think you have to just tiptoe on eggshells, and don't tell anybody, the truth about sin and about, the things that are going on. We see right now where the Congress and the Senate on the left side, and I don't mean this politically, but I mean it spiritually, is just right now wanting to literally re-crucify Jesus. And, we in the church, we've been a bad example. I'm just saying this. We've been a bad example. We can get all happy and shout in church, but out there in the streets and the colleges and out there in the high schools and everything else, we've been really silent. And, so I really think that with this right here, it is time that we rise up. And how can we tell our kids to do right if we're not? How can we tell our kids that they need to read the Bible if we're not? How can we tell them that they need to go to church if we're not? How can we tell them to tell the truth if we're not? And I'm saying this, in order to be that light, to be that example, they have to see us, and not just on Sunday, and then on Monday get mad and cursing and calling kids names, and you know what I'm talking about. And they go, well, you're no better than no better than the ones out there, and just being like a hypocrite. And we don't want that. And so we want to come together. We want to study the Word of God. We want to show ourselves approved unto God, a workman that needs not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So I encourage you, get yourself up, get yourself ready. You got plenty of time to get to the house of God. Let's start showing America that we want America back at the altar of God. We've been at the altar of pleasure. We've been at the altar of politics. We've been at the altar, of all this that the world has been thrown out there. It's time to get back to the altar of God. Let's get back to praise and worship and get back to preaching the word. This is not just coming and getting some soothing message, feel good, promise me cars, houses, gold, all this and everything else. No, it means we're coming to study. We're coming to get ourselves ready for the biggest battle that we'll ever face, just like Charlie faced. And he stood there And, he kept going. Someone even told him, he said, I don't like this. There's a lot of buildings around here. Anything could happen. But, his faith was in Jesus Christ. And he was going ahead. Hey, if my life is taken, let it be for the cause of the kingdom. And that's what happened that day. Probably an hour and a half, 2 hours after they had had the conversation, that they were loading his body into a vehicle and that he had been assassinated. But it didn't take moments for his followers, or should I say the followers of Jesus Christ, the ones he was leading them to, they began to enter into prayer. They began to, come together, and they began to uphold the family, and the nation just came. I mean, I saw leaders, I saw the president, vice president, I saw congressmen and women, senators, they coming together and talking about his faith and talking about, his belief in Jesus Christ, and it has swept the world, not just the nation, just swept the world. And so today, they're already saying it could be millions that are going to participate in this, proclaiming that Jesus Christ is Lord. So we want to do that in the house of God today. So come on out, 3310 Florence Road here in Killeen. We have adult Sunday school class at 9 o'clock, studying in the book of Matthew. And then at 10 o'clock, we have corporate prayer. At 10:45, we will start our morning service. And I have a Tuesday night live prayer. If you would like to be on that, send us a text message so that we can get you the link on that. And then Thursday night, 7 o'clock, we have our midweek service. So we'd love to see you, okay? All right, God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday in the house of God.